So it's the first day of the new expansion, and as is tradition, today we're going to be playing with the new sword cards because I always play sword first since it is my favorite class. As is usual for day 1 videos, it's not going to be the most high level gameplay or decks because I'm just trying to grab the new cards, and I'm sure everyone's trying the new cards, so there's not going to be super optimized lists or whatever. So yeah, just take it with a grain of salt and just hopefully give you some idea of how the sword cards are and give you my opinion on them, and mostly just because I just want to play with them right now. So yeah, let's get the deck list we're playing for today first. So this is the deck list we're playing for today. Pretty standard stuff as far as mid-range is concerned. I just threw in some of the new cards to try them out for now. You can see Amalia is not in the deck right now. That's not because she's bad or anything, it's just because I'm testing out other cards in her place. She will probably find her way back in the deck later on as the list gets more refined, but for now we're here to play with new cards. So the main star of the show is Gildaria. This card is very strong as expected since she was first revealed. Whenever an allied foe enters the field, she deals 1 AoE damage, so she's like very good at board clear. Like the boards she can clear are kind of ridiculous, especially in the late game. You're okay spending an evil point for her. You don't necessarily need to use her Fanfare Rally 20 effect. The Rally 20 effect is more of a bonus if it's going towards the late game. You don't necessarily aim directly for it or build your deck around trying to reach Rally 20 as fast as possible. Spending an evil point on her is fine. The other cards we're running here are Urias. Just testing him out here. I'm not sure how good he is yet. And then we are running Prim. Prim seems very strong. 2 cost 1/1 with ambush, and then she gives you this card, which is a 2 that costs 2/2 with war. And if Prim is on the board, which she probably is since she has the ambush, then she gets +1/+1 and Bane. So you can play a 2 cost 3/3 with Bane and Ward on turn 2, which is going second at least, which is pretty strong. So yeah, seems like a strong card. And then we're just running Rose as well, just testing her out. I'm not sure how good she is yet, so I'm just giving her a try. The rush is pretty decent. The follower strike is also surprisingly useful, so let's look at some games to see how these cards fare in the new day 1 expansion, I guess. The first game we have here is against Haven. I should reiterate again, as I said earlier today, the gameplay for this video won't be as high level as I might like to in my usual videos because it's still day 1, so we're all just testing things out for now. So for the mulligan, we just like to find early game going second stat. Zirconia is pretty good. Other than that, pretty straightforward stuff. We pick up Luminous Lance Trooper here, but there is no reason to coin it out since we don't have a guaranteed play next turn anyway, so we just hold on to the extra play point. It might be useful on turn 6 to drop on turn 5 to drop Amelia or something. So we just drop the Lancer here, which is fine. We just sort of answer their followers. And you can see this is Ward Haven. Seems to be the pretty popular Haven list right now. Probably because it's new and it seems pretty strong just based on like most people's reactions to the early cards. My opponent just dropped Grimnir here. Grimnir seems really good in Ward Haven. It just helps them clear boards, which helps bury some of their weaknesses here and there. We do draw Draconia up top here, which is great, so we just go ahead and play her and trade. The magic number to aim for with Zirconia's defense is 4 or higher because this prevents Selefa's evolve effect from clearing her, so they have to trade, which is what we want them to do. By trading, they give us an open board to play whatever we want. We could go white here with like Amelia or something, but I choose to go Albert here. And the reason why I go Albert here is because I want him to have 7 defense to make them have to think twice about playing Wilbert, because as you can see, he will survive Wilbert Evo, so can hopefully make them a bit uncomfortable. My opponent does just slam the Wilbert and trade anyway, which is fine. Our goal is to make it annoying for them to play Aether this turn. We will go ahead and play the Amelia as well as line up a dog to clear the wards that will pop out of Wilbert. We super evolve Amelia here. This is maybe a bit of a questionable play, but this puts her at 7 defense, which means the Aether doesn't trade into her, which should hopefully be beneficial for us in this position. My opponent does slam the Aether anyway though, and unfortunately they do get the Cleric of Crushing. It's a card I didn't expect to be very good, but in this case it's actually pretty useful because it does clear my Amelia while clearing Albert as well. And the Grimnir will finish off my last follower there. So I can't full clear this, and I choose to evolve Janel here. I am spending all my super evil point, which is very risky, but I feel like I need to make it so that Geno will survive John here, or it won't come. I will come out quite behind in this exchange. Here's the John that we did expect since we left followers alive. And my opponent does trade to conserve their evil point. Honestly, if they evolved the John, I might have been in some trouble here, but thankfully they didn't. So we can take this opportunity to come back on board using the dogs. We can leave a dog of our own. Opponent will drop Soul Cure Sister, so they are slowing down a bit here, which is very good for us. And they will line up wards though, and just by virtue of Gilbert's effect, the wards become very big, which is annoying, but not the worst thing ever. So we take this opportunity to draw and refill our hands. It's not very good right now. And then we go ahead and line up Luminous Magus. Of course, something like John will probably clear this board, but the goal is just to protect my face for a bit while we get ready for Gildaria. You can see that we've managed to put Gildaria at rally 21 with that play. So now Gildaria's active, but we don't really need Gildaria right now, so we go ahead and avoid that. And just save her for when they play something like Aether or John that we need to clear a big board. We just poke them in the face here. Here my opponent's second Aether will come down, and they will, I believe, super evolve the Aether as well to buff their entire board, which is very annoying. And give it Aura as well, which is not that bad in Sword because we don't have targeting anyway. I should point out here, if you want to find it, there is a guaranteed lethal, so you can pause the video here and take a moment to calculate it if you want. But anyway, yeah. Go ahead and trade here, play Gildaria, because there's no way I'm clearing this bot without Gildaria. Gildaria will clear. Then we can go ahead and drop Prim as well for another AoE. And then we can go and play the Nonya as well for another AoE. Hit with Gildaria, trade the Knight, swing with Geno, and this will be lethal, but I ran out of time before I could swing there into their face with my second Geno hit, so I'm not missing lethal there, but I mean, I'm still not used to it, so I couldn't calculate it fast enough, unfortunately. Doesn't matter though, because we do have like very easy lethal here. Go ahead and trade into the Wilbert. Then we go trade off the Nonya and play our second Gildaria just to get rid of all these wards. Basically anything is lethal here, but Gildaria is just the easiest clear probably. Actually, no, Gildaria is probably required here. Anyway, that's it for this game. So our next match here is against Rune. It is only day 1, and unsurprisingly, Spellboost Rune is already all over the ladder, so we go ahead and keep Samurai here because Spellboost Rune doesn't deal great into Samurai. We can hopefully cheese them out that way, so that's the goal. We just go ahead and drop the Samurai here. As usual with Rune, the main win con is go aggressive, so that's sort of what we have to do here. We go ahead and trade and play the Hound, just hoping that they can't clear it because I really don't want to play Vals here because Vals is my only answer to Angrea. Unfortunately, I am forced to play Vals here, so I just have to hope I top deck a Field Out or something while I punch them in the face. Worst case, we stall one turn with Luminous Magus and find a way to deal with the Angrea the turn after. So my opponent does have Angrea here. And they will trade with the summoning instead to keep Angrea alive so that I can't cheese it with Vals, which is the correct play, so good on my opponent for that. We just drop Magus here just to hopefully protect my face. If they had a second Angrea, then like, I guess I was just screwed, I don't know. Going first in this matchup to begin with is already quite bad, so there's that. We do top deck the dog thankfully, so we can set up some big tempo here. And we will evolve the Magus. If not, I mean, it just annoys them if they want to slam Kuon here because they have to trade if they want to get rid of the dog. But they will play the William here and full clear my board, which is fine, we don't care that much. I will pick up Prim here, so I see an opportunity to try and set up lethals at some point by setting up this ambush follower. They did just spend their William, so there is a decent chance they won't be able to clear Prim. And if they want to spend their time playing something like a second William, then honestly they're not playing Kuon, so who cares? But they do play Kuon here instead, so we can at least be guarantee ability to send this Prim into their face, which is what we're looking at right now. They will clear, of course, and hit me in the face, put me down to 15. Unfortunately, I don't quite have enough PP to enhance Albert here, so we just go ahead and use Jano to clear, of course. Punch them in the face. We hold on to our evil points here. This 3-3 is probably not doing much anyway. They sort of have to clear my board. Oh, that's what I thought anyway. I don't know if it's like entirely correct, but that was the plan. Opponent heals. They have no way to stop Albert, fortunately, so they are just dead. So yeah, Spellboost is still Spellboost, I guess. Our last match here is going to be against Portal. This was already a bad matchup to begin with, and Portal actually got good support, so you can probably imagine this matchup is a lot worse than it used to be now. Pick up Zirconia, which is nice. Unfortunately, my hand is all Vals, which is a bit questionable. So we don't bother coining out the Lance Trooper here because we don't have a play for next turn anyway, so we just hold on to the extra play point. Getting a Vals with Ambush against this matchup is pretty nice. They usually will struggle to clear it a little bit, and thankfully they do pass here. If you are going to complain that this match is only going in my favor now because they had to pass turn 3, well, yeah, not wrong. This is a bad matchup to begin with, so I'm not gonna win if they draw everything they need. That's just how it goes. They do go ahead and fuse here and generate a bunch of their artifacts, which is fine. Well, it's not like fine, but like, what can we do about it, right? When it involves Zirconia here, this will force them to make Gamma with their Alouette, as well as the Alouette having to trade into Zirconia to clear this board. And they will go ahead and fuse and make their Gamma here, and they will of course play Alouette because why wouldn't they? They will go ahead and evolve here, and the Alouette will summon the Gamma, which is what we wanted, or rather what we expected, not exactly what we wanted. We can go ahead and take this opportunity to use our extra play point to pop the Gamma here and set up Vals, and of course we evolve Vals to put it out of range of Gamma. So if they want to clear this Vals, they are forced to make 2 Gammas, which like honestly, if they want to waste their artifacts doing that, I'm not entirely against it. So here my opponent doesn't go for Karula. I would say that going for Karula here would probably be bad since Karula doesn't actually generate artifacts, so since they have a free turn to do anything they want, they're probably better off generating more artifacts anyway instead of playing Karula for like something. Anyway, once again, we super evolve the Vals here. It's a bit wasteful to spend our evil point, but same issue. We want to either force them to make 2 Gammas or take this 7 damage to their face. And they will make the second Gamma, which is great. I mean, not great, but like they just waste like 4 of those artifact cores, so that's good. And we go just buy a turn with just Jano here. Unfortunately, our hand's not looking great, so we want to look for an opportunity to play Olivia here at some point, but probably not right now. So there is their Alouette again. And they will evolve it again, probably to summon another Gamma to clear this board. And they go with the Fortifier artifact as well to protect their followers, which is quite annoying, but we can probably just take this chance to play Olivia. We're saving Urias because Masterwork is annoying, I guess. Here I misplayed, by the way. I should have evolved Olivia, obviously. I was just panicking because I was running out of time thinking. But yeah, I definitely should evolve Olivia here, not Gildao. That was just stupid on my part. So there's the Miriam. So we don't have Orcus coming next turn. But unfortunately, I believe this game does give them enough cores if we just go in and count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 14 cores. They lost 2 here, and I guess they lost some to Gamma, as making the double Gamma as well. But I believe evolving Miriam here, I think they have enough cores now. Honestly, I wasn't keeping very great count, but I believe they should have enough cores at this point. If you're playing against Artifact, you should probably keep count better than what I have done. But here I didn't keep count, so I just assumed they had Gamma next. I mean, they had Masterwork next turn, so I just slammed Urias to block against it. It also blocks Orcus as a side note, so it blocks most of their good plays. Of course, they have Bullet from the Beyond, so they will clear the Urias anyway. And they will make their Beta as well, and then there's their last Alouette, so I guess that's all of them. Not sure if they had Karula in hand or not, though. And here I play another Urias. I'm not sure if this is the best play, but it does put me at rally 18, so I can just barely reach Gildaria's rally 20 next turn. So even if they do play Masterwork, which they probably will, we can answer it. As well as all these knights that we gave them along the way, so... yeah. And we do take 10 damage here, which is a bit painful. But thanks to the healing from Urias, we are still out of range of Arceus Super Evo, so we have that to look forward to, I guess. But here's where Gildaria shines, being able to clear board in the late game. Go ahead and clear this Masterwork, and we have a ward in the way as well, which should hopefully annoy them quite a bit. And out comes their Arceus, which they will Super Evo here. Fortunately, we do force them to trade with this Arceus though, so things we aren't doing bad, super bad either. Take a bit of damage here, but we are out of Beta's ping range, so that's a huge deal for us. Unfortunately, we don't have a way to clear this Arceus, so we need to find one. And I go ahead and just play the mage here to hopefully stall out one turn. They are out of Evo points and they don't have any puppets in hand, so they shouldn't be able to get through this too easily. My opponent will just go ahead and slam their Gamma to clear this board, but that's fine because that just buys us the turn, which is the main goal. We're still trying to find another Gildaria, and thankfully we do pick out another Gildaria here, so we can go ahead and drop the Gildaria to clear this board. We need to go ahead and pass here. Opponent will fuse their gear. They will fuse it again, making a bunch of striker artifacts. And they'll drop Miriam as well. They are clearing my stuff quite well, but fortunately for me, they're spending like all their cores doing it. So as long as we force them to keep spending cores like this, they won't be able to play their Masterwork, which is the goal. We'll go ahead and heal with Olivia here, just to heal out of range and then put out a ward and start hitting them in the face. If I put out a ward, hopefully one follower survives and we can kill them with Albert, but they just concede. So those are all the games I have for you today. Admittedly, not the most high-level games or anything, but just trying to try out the new cards. And hopefully you got to see how some of these new cards were able to do stuff. Rose didn't, unfortunately. Rose unfortunately didn't do anything those games, but you know, she's good sometimes. I think, probably. But yeah, other than that, hopefully you get an idea of how the new sword cards are good. From the way the meta shaping up, Spellboost Rune seems very popular right now, so it's hard for me to recommend this deck when it's a bit hard to win against Spellboost with this deck, but you know, if you have a lot of the cards or you just really like sword, maybe you can just try it out. Gildaria's probably like fine to craft. Like, I don't see a world where you're not throwing Gildaria into like every sword deck you make, so there's that. But yeah, anyway, that's it for today. See you next time. Bye bye.